Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is Rickard, and I'm one of the co-founders of Housecar. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about our journey today. Um, Maybe the easiest way to describe Housecar is as an Airbnb type platform for recreational vehicles. So we basically make it easy and profitable for people who own an RV to rent it out and make money from it. And when this when we came up with this idea about 3 years ago, uh, really the only options here were going on the classifieds, so like Blocket, Facebook Marketplace, something like that. um, and so what we did then first was we basically called everyone uh, that rented their motorhome out on Blocket, and we asked them, so what are your pain points? And these three things came up over and over again. So the first one is a pretty big one. When you rent out, your insurance doesn't cover. So that's a major thing. The second one is that, and I'm sure that everyone who's been, trying to sell something on a with the classified ads, know how much time it takes, how many people contact you, and many are not serious, and it just takes a lot of time with communication back and forth and so on. So it's very time consuming. And the third thing was that many people had heard about someone who has heard about someone where something had happened, or they were afraid of frauds of some kind. And people told us stories about how when they got someone who was interested in renting their RV, they went online, they went on Facebook, they went on LinkedIn or something, and tried to find out, okay, so who is this person? Is it safe to rent out to them? So basically, we thought we had a case here. There was room for a product. So we got to work and we started working on the platform. But really, the biggest struggle was with insurance. So we went to all the insurance companies and tried to pitch our idea. No one wanted to do it with us, unfortunately. But we kept on going, and we worked hard, and it took us about a year and a half to land a partnership with an insurance company, so that we had a tailor-made insurance solution specifically for renting out private motorhomes. So that was sort of the final piece of the puzzle for us to be able to launch our platform. So we launched Housecar.se in the spring of 2020, and it's inspired by other sharing platforms like Airbnb and so on. And so we had the insurance solution in there, and to help with the whole fraud thing. So basically, we do a background check on all the renters before they're actually allowed to send a booking request. So we do a background check. They need to be verified with bank ID. We do a credit report and so on, just to make sure that, okay, so we set a threshold, and so that it's safe to rent out to these people. We offer clear terms. We provide safe payments through our platform. All the communication goes through our platform also as a safety thing. And we have a completely digitized check-in, check-out procedure where you document when you pick it up and when you return it, so that it's very clear if something happened, then okay, what should you do about it? And the users really seem to like this. At the moment, we have a bit over 3,000 reviews, and the average user rating is 4.9 out of 5. which is, I mean, we're obviously very happy with that. And it's really nice reading these reviews, where we've made it possible for people to have nice camping experiences and experience the fantastic life that is camping. And then obviously you have the environmental impact. So the average motorhome in Sweden is used about around 4 weeks per year, meaning it stands still 48 weeks per year. So when it actually should be used, and so basically 1.5 years after we launched, we managed to create a platform who has become the biggest platform in Sweden for renting out private motorhomes. And we've done it without one new single car having been produced, only using existing resources. It's actually pretty cool, I think. And the other aspect of this too is that traveling with a motorhome is actually one of the more environmental friendly modes of vacationing. So I mean, one obvious aspect is obviously that you don't fly, drive instead. But the other thing is that you cook. You have a small kitchen. You just use the energy that you need. You don't throw away unnecessary food like they might do in bigger hotels that require a lot of energy and so on, or restaurants, big kitchens and so on. So this is very, very nice that we have this sort of incorporated in the business idea. Okay, so what has happened? So as I said, when we were ready with the platform and the insurance, we launched in spring of 2020 in Sweden. And at this time we were bootstrapped. We used our own money. We took an Almi loan, as you do, and then we actually had very good success right from the get-go. Quite a nice season. And then during last winter, we did a seed round, and the investors that we went with in the end were a competing company from Switzerland, so a similar platform from Switzerland, who saw a case in the Nordics, but rather than fighting us for it, they decided to back us. And that has obviously been very valuable for us as well, to gain some of their knowledge. So that was last winter, and then this spring we actually launched in Norway as well. So that was a big step, a lot of learnings from there. And about this time, we also passed Blocket in number of privately owned motorhomes available for rental, becoming number 1. So that was obviously a big milestone for us as well. Now we've had a really good year this as well. We basically tripled since what we did last year. And now we're just about to launch in Finland. And we're doing another round, money round, to be able to really push it next year. And the next goal now is to become the de facto platform for motorhome or RV rental in the Nordics. But to do that, we need some help. So basically, now we're looking to employ people. So what we need now is Finnish-speaking customer support, Norwegian-speaking customer support, a digital marketer. So if this is you, or if you know anyone who might be interested in joining this cheeky gang here, then you're more than welcome to contact me. Or if you have any other questions, obviously. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's really, really cool. I love how van life is such a big thing, and it's all over my Instagram. It's all fun stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So anyone in the chat, feel free to post any questions, and I'm happy to go first. I'm curious a little bit to learn a little bit more about the business model that you currently have.
Mhm. Yeah, so basically how it works is that we let the owners or the lenders decide on what terms they want to rent out. So obviously we have a platform that sort of makes it easy and so on, but they decide how much they want to charge. They can choose from some different rules and so on. But so they basically set a weekly price, high season, low season, and so on, and then we add a service fee on top that the renter pays, and that service fee includes insurance and transaction fees and our profit and so on. So it's quite a simple, straightforward business model.
Okay, awesome. And we have Christoph who's asking, what have surprised you the most?
That's a really good question. I don't know. Maybe one of the things is actually how nice people are to each other. Like we hear so like when you deal with I don't know if you've rented on Airbnb or anything like, but usually when you deal with private individuals, you're nice. You have to look them in the eye and so on. You don't do anything stupid. That's actually one thing that we've been happily surprised about, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. And I think you're right. I read like a study about how, like you say, when you're dealing with peer-to-peer and people, you just are nicer, rather if it's like this big company, it's not the same. So it's a really interesting psychology behind it.
Yeah.
And are you obviously looking to expand into all these the Nordic countries? Is there anything, would you be able to add anything else than like Housecars or any new products?
Yeah, that's actually one of the more common questions that we get. And obviously, so now we have motorhomes, we have caravans, we have camper vans, right? So all of them are sort of camping vehicles. And so then, we quite often get this question, so okay, so maybe boats or something else, right?
Right.
Or cabins or something. But
right.
The thing is though that there's sort of a trend now that you see that they have these verticals and there are platforms created to deal with one vertical. And the thing with one vertical is that they have the same behavior often. And so like just for example, so renting a boat or renting a motorhome is like you have a slightly different behavior.
Right.
As to how you do it, how often, how fast response times are. If it's nice weather today, I want to rent it today or something. Whereas the motorhome vacation, you might plan, like several months ahead or something. Same with a cabin, a motorhome, you pick it up where you're from, and then you drive somewhere. Whereas a cabin, you rent it in some other place. So it's just like at the moment, I think we will focus on this field and just do that really well. But then obviously there are, you can peel the onion and then there are more layers. So we might expand to some things later on. We'll see. But for now, we try to focus as much as possible. So now the country challenge is the challenge.
Right. And I think that's a very clever approach, and it makes a ton of sense that people have very different behaviors when it comes to different types of items that you rent. And I see Christoph has another question, but we are running out of time. But I think you should continue the conversation in the 2D metaverse.
Thank you, Jasmine.